You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
German sips with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Alas, mud fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see, it's about what fun could be. Du bist nie gewinnen, Entenmann. 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 to share the truth without a bluff. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack, duck of the Indies, Malin's favorite theft. He knowledge of comics far off the old rap. He swims out of the lanes to find hidden bayous, strange creators, and obscure dull new. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. So hang with the quackers deep in the comic graves. See Alice Matt's treasures, the sort that he craves. Do you know about these guys and do you care? A Duck Lord is willing and he's got plenty to share. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Matt should be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. For snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack to be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Panther, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay.
Perfecting the art. Let me see if my audio's coming in. Is it coming in? Yeah, it's coming in. There we go. Okay. Wait, let me make sure I'm not too loud. I have echo cancellation on. That means I should be coming in clear. Yes, I got probably the shortest intros in the circle. We're at 10 minutes, so I'll keep it at 10 minutes. I won't try to read too much of the chat because I want to get to drawing the final page of the book. I'll get to that in a second. But my good friend Bear is here. Colin here being racist. Carol here being violent. Don't think I don't see what's going on. I see everything that's going on. My good friend Helmet, who's speaking some racist German, hi much yeah. I don't know what I said, but pretend it sounds cultured. Master Panda, how's it going, my buddy? Master Panda, he goes, what's going on the last mat? We are here to draw the final page of Beast and Roadwarrior Drake. Gluten bread to you too, says Colin, being very cultured. J.A.V. Styler says, Zwines, what do you say? Did I say it right? If not, I'm forgiven because I'm colored, so I can do that. My good friend Dark in the chat, he says, what's up, peeps? Guy in his room, Guy in his room is one of the people in my DM groups. He's in my main DM group where we're supposed to be shilling my work and, sharing my links and promoting me. But no, him and Carol and the rest of them, they violently abuse me every day with such horrific things in that DM group. Just horrific things. Like, I go in the mornings in my DM group and I'm offering inspiration to people, inspiring quotes to make them have a good day. And they meet, along with this guy, they come out in such an awful vitriol. It's like, I'm abused in my own DM group. These animations are just meant for your entertainment. They're just here to have fun, as opposed to just having static images in my intros. So he says it's terrifying. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you find it terrifying. I absolutely do. At least Dark Kid digs it, so hell, I appreciate that. Let's see who. Oh, Georgina Floyd. She always makes me lose my breath when I see her. Hello, Georgina Floyd. Thanks for being here. You give me some prestige. You make me feel cultured when you're here, Georgina. Never leave me. Yes, I would do Georgina too, Dark Kid. Every day. I would definitely do Georgina as well. So stop flipping tables, Carol. I'm trying to have a peaceful environment here. Just peace and love here. No violence. I don't want violence here. I'm skipping a lot of chat because I want to get to, here's Omer Glitch. I haven't seen him around here often. He says, hello, D-word fans. I suppose. See, it's because of the call for abuse is why I get hurt. You guys are hurting me here. Please don't do that. Don't ask for abuse because I'm going to get, wait. My audio sucks. Take the mic out of my. Does it really suck though? Hold on. No, I'm on the good mic. I'm on the good mic. You guys are gaslighting me. Anyway, so this right here is the last page that I'm going to be drawing for Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. Once it's colored, it's done. This book has taken 2 years of my life. It's the first major project I've done since the passing of my beloved Stephanie back on October 1st, 2022. If you guys remember, I was working on Clock People. Clock People was a gag that started in the trash compactor, and then people started asking for an actual book of Clock People. Let me see if I can find the original cover for Clock People since we're talking about it. Let's see here. Just for for context, I should have it here. Do I not have it here? Maybe I don't have it here. But I did have it here. It's probably in my other folder, but I was going to show you guys the cover for Clock People, but it's around somewhere. But anyway, so I was going to do work on Clock People. I started drawing pages for it before Stephanie passed away, and that took a break from drawing to, grieve even more. But it was a very short break because I found drawing to be cathartic. I can't not draw. I can't not be creative. So I try to get to work on Clock People. It took me 2 years to draw one page. 2 years to draw a book, guys. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be inspirational. I'm trying to be, trying to give you guys hope and get you to be motivated. Telling you my story. And you want to gaslight with falsehoods and lies. Maybe I should file a lawsuit to take you out, guy in his room. Maybe I should do that, right? I'll get a lawsuit going so you can stop with this vitriol and slant. I mean, what I meant to say was, no, guy in his room. This is not what I meant to say. What I meant to say was that it took me 2 years to draw this book. It is 100, as it stands right now, it is a 149-page book. This is including the one I'm about to draw, it's 149 pages total. So here I am now, and very quick. So I was trying to do Clock People. After a month of trying to draw it, my mind wasn't in on it, so I went right into working on the second. No, not 4 years, 2 years. It was 2 years. I went right into the second Road Warrior Drake book called Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, and I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'm not yelling, Carol. I'm just proclaiming. I'm just proclaiming. Where's Lassie? This is not. Let me not go. I don't want to go there, right? Or whatever words in certain things. 1,000 years being lost. Anyway, no. So 2 years. 2 years. I want somebody to, you didn't even wish me happy birthday, KSS. You didn't wish me happy birthday. You don't get to criticize my horse shit mic without saying happy birthday to me. You didn't do that. What's wrong with cassette tapes from 1986? They sound great. I miss those days. I miss them a lot. So, but we're not here to listen to me anyway. We're here to watch me draw. So yeah, I spent the last 2 years drawing this book, and now today is going to be the final drawing for this book before I say it is officially complete. And the plan is I'm going to send it to a couple proofreaders so they can look it over, see what needs to be improved, what I can do to change it. I may shorten it a bit, obviously, because when it comes to editing and proofreading, you're going to have to trim certain things down, but I won't trim a lot down where it'll be too short of a book. I plan to keep it epically big, meaning at minimum 120 pages. But let's see what they recommend, the proofreaders do. And once I go over the changes and enhancements, before I send it to the printers, I'm going to send everybody who backed it a PDF copy. So at least they have that on their files. So they will at least have a book. Hopefully by the end of this month, they'll have a complete book in their, I guess, computers, PCs, tablets, phones, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll go to the printers, and then I'll start fulfilling the hard copies, I mean, which includes the hard covers. So yeah. Oh, come on, Omar Glitch. You're better than this. You're better than that. You don't have to resort to that. That was not necessary. That was not. See, Colin, why is Colin doing KSS's work here? This is KSS's job to wish people happy birthday. Chicken and broccoli flavored cake. She loves me more than just that, she makes the good cake. The real good cake. I wish Helmut would come on to read my first comment to Laz about wishing him happy birthday and then telling him his mic sounds like dog shit. I'm sorry, Cass, but the negative comes out more than the positive. Third panel is like a peen. You see what you want to see, Carol. You see what you want to see. You see what you want to see. I think this is an elaborate kayfabe. He wants to see who is dedicated to listen, despite his styrofoam cup mic. I'm not, see, guys. I'm not joking. This is what I see in my DM groups every day. This violence. So I'm gonna put some royalty-free music in the background with my shitty phone. Let's see here. While I draw. Now that means I won't be able to like highlight comments. Well, you know, maybe I can. If I had it on the computer, I would do it. But I don't like you guys enough that I would do it. So, no, that's a Progressive commercial. We're not doing ads for Progressive here. Well, they should look into them because my homeowner's insurance increased. So I'm gonna try to decrease that because that's hurting me on my mortgage. So I should look into it. Okay. So okay, here we go. So now we're gonna get to work on the final page. I did layouts for the page. So these are like quick sketches. So now I'm gonna get to the actual drawing. And I will read y'all's chats. I deserve your respect because I'm important. I'm very important in this community. You know, I've like not yet. Like I try to be like original. I try to be what do you call it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. It's something. So let's see. Add a little strengthen the ink on one side of his face. And by the way, when I say this is the final page of the book, I don't mean this is the last chronological page. I mean this is the last page I'm drawing because I drew the book out of order. I didn't draw it chronologically because I had inspirations for some pages, and I was like, I'm not going to wait till I get to that page. I'm going to just do it. And one thing you're going to see with the book is that it helps the art style in terms of the quality and consistency of it. Because you're going to see, like, even some of the pages that appear to be static, there is energy in those pages. So, lots of energy. Oh no, they're playing commercials on my time. No, you don't get to play ads on my time. Screw off. There you go. Thank goodness for the Brave browser when I play music or stuff on my laptop. I don't know if you guys can hear the music, but and I know you would rather hear the music than my voice, so I'm doing you all a favor. I really am. Like I'm so maligned in this community. Like I have such importance here. I have such major importance, and you guys are like abusive. I guess one of the good things about finally finishing this book is I don't gotta deal with y'all's hatred no more. I can just live my life in peace now. You know, it could be of help to my community. I think this is the first indie comic outlier stream I've done for 2025. I was going to stream last week, but some things came up at the last second, and I was like, nah, I'll just wait till the following. I wasn't feeling like streaming. So, which worked out because it gave me time to really get to work on finishing my book. So, I'm going to just draw Drake, and then I'll get to y'all's chats in a second, okay? So, you guys hang in there. I'll read your viciousness. Don't worry. I'm going to read your hatred and your intolerance of me. Trust me, I like to read it because when it comes to my time for me to sue you, I want to have the receipts. And yes, you guys are getting sued, all of you, because for everyone of you that says some bad stuff about me and hurtful things about this being the D-word book and then harassing me in my own DM groups, you're getting sued. Oh yes, you are. And I can really feel the mockery in the chat right now. I can feel it. And I haven't read it yet, but I already feel it. And it's okay. Listen, it's fine because guess what? My time is coming. My time of retribution and justice, it's coming. So I'm okay with it. But for now, you guys can have your fun. You can have your justice. You can have it all. I allow you to. I allow you to. But soon, it's my turn. Lots. Yeah. Right there. There we go. I don't know if y'all hear the music. Let me just quickly. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go to the chat for a second just to see something here. Colin says, "I've been nothing but a friend to you, and this is how you repay me. I've been your biggest advocate. I advocate for the red hairs. I do. I'm your biggest advocate. A lot of it acting like the Green Party in Germany. I don't know what that means, JAV, but I'm gonna take it as an insult. I'm hurt by that. Once I find out what that means, I'm gonna be really hurt by it." Helmet says, "The German Supreme Court already granted me diplomatic immunity." Peanut head. I'm sure they did. But guess what? I'll find a law somewhere in Canada, and then you'll really be sorry. Well, look who showed up. My good friend Hothead Studios. It's been a minute, Hothead. Welcome. Hothead's been one of my earlier chat members. He's one of the OGs in the chat. And now he's, after months of not seeing you, he's back around to see me draw the final page for the book Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. Hail Hothead. By the way, if you guys want to tip me, super chat me, whatever, you can either do it to Cash App. My Cash App is on the screen at Elasmat Films, or you can go to the pinned message in the chat and go to the PayPal and send me, a buck or two there. So I'm giving out free. You are allowed to make comics licenses. Just an FYI. Well, I have a lifetime pass because I'm colored, so I'm allowed. I can do that. I already did. Oh, they're playing commercials again. No. We don't allow commercials here. Absolutely not. There we go. More music. JB says they sued everyone over the slightest criticism on Twitter. Well, it's about time you racists got what you deserve. About time. Anyway, let me get back to drawing. I gave y'all 15 minutes. Let me go back to drawing. So yes, I can't believe it. It's been 2 years of drawing this book, and today will be the final. This is weird because this is like the final day I'm drawing this book, but it's not gonna be the last day I draw. Period, because I am gonna be doing more books later this year. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna be doing starting doing floppy sized editions of Roadwarrior Drake stories. A, to keep the trademark active, and B, it's just fun to draw them. And people might not like my some people, anyway, I should say some people, may not like my art style, but the ones I do, they get a kick out of it. And there is definitely a lot to be said about just drawing the character and just drawing the book and how much fun I get doing it. I have a lot of fun drawing this. So I'm like, why would I just stop at the graphic novels when I could just do floppy-sized side stories. They may or may not complement the novels. They could just be like separate stories. Maybe in an Elseworlds type setting. Although, if you have the coloring book, Roadwarrior, Dragon, and the Children of Philistia, let me see, then you'll know that all his stories, even if they take place in separate universes, are all canon. All of them are canon. So, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do more of those. I just finished my coffee that Lady Shadowman made me earlier. She gave me a nice cup of coffee. And the only manner with which nobody but her can make it. She has a special ingredient that she adds to that coffee. It's called love. Can't get that at Dunkin' Donuts. You can't get it at anywhere else. You can't get it at the Starbucks. You can't get it at your local coffee shop. Only she has that ingredient, so it brightens up my day. Especially when I'm dealing with you racists in the chat that can't appreciate what I give you. No appreciation for nobody. None. By the way, for some of you in the chat, this stream is also going to be a pre-stream for Lord Raptor's stream tonight. He starts at 10. I may or may not be streaming a little after he's starting, because he does like the 20 minutes of intros and then 40 minutes of reading the chat. So I may stream for a bit even after he starts, but either way, I want to try to get as much of this as I can in the next hour and a half. So I won't stop the stream when he starts. Oh wait, more commercials? No more commercials. Well, while I'm stopping the commercial, here we go. Stop flipping tables. Bear says, you aren't gatekeeping innocent Germans like a raptor, are you, Last Matt? All people are welcome, even if they're racist against me. Yes, rest in peace, Bob Uecker. A total non-sequitur, Cass says, but I agree. Rest in peace. The secret recipe is arsenic. What are you talking about? I advocate for you, Colin. I am not a psychopath. I'm a human being. I have a soul. I know how. It's been 2 years since I've been drawing this book. Abba Wackass says the German government told me to commit total D-word death. Ban this guy right now. He used the word you're not supposed to be using. My channel's getting struck. Holy crap. No pressure sensitivity on that digital press. Sorry, words are hard. Okay, it says, who's my favorite Universal monster and why is it Frankenstein? That's a great question, KSS. It's Frankenstein because there's a lot of depth to the story of that character. First of all, Boris Karloff is a legend. Secondly, the makeup is astounding even for then, and it still works today. The Frankenstein movies are just so well shot. Cinematography is like amazing in those movies. So, I just appreciate that. So yeah, those are my favorite Universal monsters of all the Universal monster movies. I am not a bigot, Bear. I'm tolerant and open. You like watching Mr. Belvedere? That has nothing to do with this art stream or the conversation at hand, KSS. But sure, why not? I used to watch Mr. Belvedere too, so I can't judge you. Hada says you're doing better than me, Elias Matt. Well, whatever you're going through, Colin, I pray for you. I hope you have a great day and a good start to your year, or whatever you're going through. Hopefully, you go well. You can always hang out here with us, Hothead. You can always hang out here with us. We missed you here because there's a lot of racism in the chat, and I need to have the balance back. Does Elias not have a Wacom pad? I'm not Native American, Colin. I don't know what that means. Barry says, how dare you tell Carol to stop flipping tables? She flips so many tables, it's part of her identity. Because I'm a human being and I am peaceful. That's violence. 149 pages. Yes, Hothead. 149 pages currently. It could be a little shorter once I go through the editing, but the little people in Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein freaked me out. Yeah, that always did freak me out. They never really don't go too much into that little subplot there. It's weird. Why does Progressive keep playing this stupid? I mean, it's weird. But I think it's part of why that movie was so outlandishly awesome because it just didn't give a fuck. So I totally get it. Totally get it. But I always watch Bride of Frankenstein with the original Frankenstein because to me they're like the same story. Not the same story. They're part of the same story. So I feel like I have to watch both at the same time because it completes the story that was told in the first Frankenstein movie. And yeah, it's part. It's why I watch the Evil Dead trilogy. Like I don't just watch Evil Dead 1. I have to watch all three Evil Dead movies together in one sitting because they're part of the same story, and it's just fascinating watching from the first frame of Evil Dead to the last frame of Army of Darkness. So I have to watch those together. I'll be shocked if I even finish this page on stream. I'm finishing it tonight regardless, but I don't know if I'll stream the whole thing. But I figure I'll just do as much as I can because at the very least, I share this with the people that care. Because I know some of you don't care. You just want to be able to watch my destruction and my imminent ending, but it's not going to happen. I'm not going nowhere. So you guys have to tolerate me. And you need to be open minded with my existence because I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. You have to accept it and deal with it. You know what's funny? You could put anybody's art style on an AI prompt, and the AI will do an almost exact replica of that style. But put my shit to AI, and you get such like weird inducing. Actually, that doesn't look good. Let me just get rid of this here. Some weird inducing images. That's why some of y'all, when you watch the intros today, y'all was freaked out because like it looked nightmarish. Because my style has a specific form that I don't think AI can replicate. Because there's art styles that AI will and can replicate. Like you could put like a Frank Frazetta style and it'll replicate it perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but it'll replicate it where it's like, oh wow, that's a decent, reasonable facsimile. But put my stuff to an AI and it's like, what the fuck? And that's the way I like it. Because AI cannot replace me. I'm irreplaceable. That's how much I matter. So you guys better be nice to me because there's no tolerance for disrespect and abuse of me. None. I just do not allow it. So please understand that because I'm important. I bring value to your lives. You guys listening to me right now, I'm bringing value to your lives right now. Like, I don't even know it, but I've already made your lives important right now. So you need to, you owe me some form of allegiance and not be abusive to me. But it doesn't matter to you because you guys just want to continue your little pogroms against me. It's not right. Like I deserve more than that. But someday, the amount of matter that I have is going to matter so visibly that y'all gonna have no choice but to say Elasmat really does matter. Elasmat does matter. Yes. And the beautiful thing about me saying that is I didn't even need to look in the mirror and say it. I don't need to. I'm just, by the way, before anybody says that, I am not on drugs. So nobody better say anything about it because I am perfectly sober. That arm looks like. Actually, let me fix that arm. Arm looks a little off. So let me go ahead and just erase this. Let me refer to the sketch here. Use a thicker pen here. Let me first erase what I drew here. Okay. Let me see now. Actually, if I could just make it. Okay. I'll work with that. Let's see how that goes. So I'll have to make it a little longer to match the other arm. I'll get to y'all's chats in a second, and I'll see what vitriol you guys have reserved for me. So I'll get to y'all's in a second in the chat. I will. You know I will because documentation is my priority. So when I go before a judge, then they will know I didn't make this shit up. That you guys really do wish for my destruction and frailty. Okay, let's go to the chat for a second. Let's see. KSS says, I often imagine Elasmat has the same exact conversation with Lady Shadowman, who completely tunes him out while he rants. Who's ranting? I'm talking to you. I'm sharing with you my wisdom. And wait, Okuma's here. He says, this is starting to sound like a waterfowl. I'm just drawing. It's all I'm doing. I'm just sharing my art with you people. I mean, what I meant to say was, thank you for your comment, Okuma. Your feedback is appreciated. And thank you for participating. Haret is totally not a hack. I'm not a hack. I'm not a hack at all. But you know what I'm gonna do, because this, you guys aren't even hearing the music anyway. So I'm gonna open up the StreamYard. No, actually, I'm not on StreamYard on my phone. So I'm not even on StreamYard. I'm on Talk Lab Studios. So I don't know. If Duckman were a SpongeBob character, he would be Squidward, taking the fun out of everything. Always miserable with a weird shaped. Leave me alone. See, this is why. You say such negative things about my body. I am as beautiful as God made me. See, then Bear comes in here with this nonsense. You open your bill and outrage pours out. I'm not speaking outrage. I'm talking power. I'm a powerful man, Bear. I'm powerful and influential. You guys are going to see how powerful and influential I really am one day. And then you're going to remember your time here on the stream. And you're going to say, you know what? I should have been nicer to Elasmat. Yeah, you should have been. But you chose not to. Okuma says he's really in an asylum. His quote-unquote wife is actually his nurse. How do I lose there, Akuma? How do I lose? If you're trying to pwn me, that actually means I win. I'm not in an asylum. I'm home. I am home. Elasmat, worst universal monster, and why is it the Mummy? Ooh, that's a good question. The Mummy. So the first Mummy movie was nice to watch because it's a pre-code movie. And if you've ever seen the pre-code Hollywood movies, they're actually something else. They're as risque, but they get away with such shit. But they do it in a way where it's very artistic and subtle. So I can appreciate the Mummy because of that. But I will admit it's a one-time viewing for me. I've seen the Frankenstein movies multiple times. I've seen Creature from the Black Lagoon multiple times. I've seen Dracula a few times. I've seen the Wolfman movies there's only been one Wolfman movie, but I've seen that a few times. I've seen The Werewolf of London a few times. Very underrated werewolf movie, by the way. Werewolf of London. But yeah, The Mummy for me is probably not the worst, but for me the least watched of the Universal monsters. And I haven't even watched The Invisible Man, and I don't even count that as a Universal monster movie. It's more of a sci-fi movie, maybe sci-fi drama, but The Mummy will probably be the least, but I wouldn't call it the worst. It's just, if you're looking for it is a horror movie, but not on par with Frankenstein, I have to say. Not on par with Frankenstein, and not as sensational as Dracula. I'm gonna sue you, hothead. Not you. No, not you, but well, yeah, no, I'm gonna sue you because you haven't been around for a minute, so I'm suing you. I'm suing you. Helmet is eking the truth. Eking the truth. What does eking the truth mean? I don't speak that gibberish, Bear. Yeah, I know you meant speaking, but I'm being a jerk to you because you're a jerk to me, so I'm allowed. Akuma says his body is a temple in ruins. Whose body? I feel so kind of way for that guy. Look who thinks he's marginalized. You know this about me, hothead. What are you talking about? You know this about me. The 1999 Mummy film is my favorite. The 99 Mummy film was better than I gave it credit for when I first watched it. Is it better than the original Universal film? They're both different movies. The first one was clearly a horror mystery movie, and the 1999 version was an adventure movie. But both are fun. Well, no, I shouldn't say both are fun because the 99 film was fun. The Boris Karloff version, I wouldn't say it was fun, but it's an interesting watch. But yeah, like I said, it is the least of the Universal Monsters movies, so I couldn't miss this failure. I'm a success, hothead. I'm a success story. Hammer has a very good werewolf movie, Sinestro's Curse. Is that the Curse of the Werewolf? Because I haven't seen it yet, but I do have that, and I do have to watch it because I like the makeup in that movie. So the original Universal Mummy just rips off the Universal Dracula's basic plot. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe. But yeah, it just confirms that the Mummy movie is probably the least of the Universal Monster movies. So that's probably just more confirmation of it. I'm not racist. I'm colorblind. Well, act like it, hothead. You're supposed to be on my side. Act like it. Goodness gracious. Let me skip a few chats here. If I skip your chats, it's just because I see that I'm behind by 30, so I want to try to catch up before I resume drawing. Here's Lady Shadowband. She says, "Are you excited to be drawing the last page?" I am. I am very excited. And I'm excited to share this with my people here. Our good friend Hex Allen, a.k.a. Quantum Age Comics. Hail Lazarus. Hail Hex. Welcome here. Kirby, my mentor, is here. Hail Kirby. So it begins. Yes, it does begin. Oh, no, it's the first abuser Shifter, causing havoc and terror here. Link here with the racism. I'm not reading that because I'm getting my channel struck if I do. And you know this. You bait and trap me, but I'm onto you, all of you. Colin is asking Lady Shadowman, what kind of kick did you make a lab for? It's 100. You know what? Strike him from the channel now. Ban him from the channel now. We know, Lazmat, you are gatekeeping and are looking for allies. I just want to be respected and loved. Carol Pickme says, such an uppity duck. He's probably just jelly that he wasn't picked for the pick-me girl. What does that mean? I don't speak ghetto. Like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Like, I'm just trying to draw a book here for enjoyment, right? I'm trying to draw this page here because I had fun drawing this book. I had the most fun of drawing that I've ever had, even more so than the first book. You know, the first book was definitely like a learning curve for me. And a lot of learning and a lot of adjusting and adapting. But here, you can tell, like, if you ever compared the art in the first book, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, and this book, Beast Assistant Road Warrior Drake, you guys are going to see there is a definite progression in the art style, and it just looks a lot better. And what's funny is that I guess I'm harder on my skills and talent in the first book than many others are, but I'll review it once in a while, and I'm like, you know what? For what it was, it really wasn't that bad. And the ones that said it wasn't that good, it's like I wasn't trying to be anything other than what it was meant to be, which is a callback to the indie comics of yesteryear. So, which is why I started doing my indie comic Outliers stream, because I wanted you guys to see exactly what I was doing with the first book. And then now here with the second book, you know, the first book was a more or less a clear inspiration from the Eastman and Laird Ninja Turtles. The second book, you could see other styles. You could see more Gary Panther, maybe a little more Scott McCloud. You know, you can see more of that here. So that way you guys can see exactly what kind of book I was trying to make. And it's become part of my marketing strategy. And those that stuck around, you guys figured it out. So hopefully it makes you more cultured. Because I like culture. I'm a cultured man. I don't care what anybody says. I'm very cultured. There is Road Warrior. Let me just bring this down a little bit so you guys can see the fullness of Road Warrior Drake. There he is so far. Akuma says all dogs go to heaven. D words go to the Chinese restaurant. I haven't had Chinese in a minute. I love ordering the fried wings and the French fries. If not that, I'll get like the chicken. What is it? The chicken lo mein? No, the chicken chow mein. That's what it is. Chow mein is delicious. I love chicken chow mein. Even if it's not real chicken, it still tastes good. I'll eat it. Link says, "Have a lot of audience is stoned. I bet he feels like a real underground artist now. I am a real underground artist now, Link. I've always been. I'm peers with some of the greats. I am peers with some of the greats. What do you mean? Think I am? I know I am. I am. I'm on par with Todd McFarlane. You can't say otherwise. Because if you do, I'll ban you from the chat. Because it's true. I am. I don't care what Shifter says. He says, I sent that how we grow mold in a culture. What does that mean? I feel like you're mocking me, but I don't know what you're saying, so I'm going to pretend you're not mocking me. General Chow's chicken is the best. Yeah, I do like General Chow. I don't order it because I'm either partial to the fried wings or the chicken chow mein, but I remember when my stepdaughter used to live here with me and she ordered the General Chow chicken, and I would have some, and it was good. It's very good. KSS says rate the horror host from best to worst. The Vault Keeper, Crypt Keeper, and then the Old Witch. KS says, to me, I grew up watching Dr. Morgus. You guys remember Dr. Morgus? He used to be on Channel 11 here in New York City. Not here in New York City because I'm not in New York City anymore, but when I was in New York, growing up, Dr. Morgus would have his horror movies or sci-fi movies on Saturday afternoons. It was fun. I miss those days. Colin says, I'm part of talking before. You mean you can't draw faces? You need to respect Colin. Respect. I'm a peer of his. So we're all peers and we're all in a network. So you need to respect me. Barry says, Helmet, is it just me or is the last man starting to sound like a certain mustache man from the 40s? By the way, his birthday's coming in a couple months, so happy 420 to the mustache man. You'll never see me again now with that one. And let me continue drawing. So, gee, these characters. So actually, I don't think any references for these characters behind them. So, let's see here. Okay, so I gotta get the smaller ink pen here because they're a little further behind it from Drake. So let's see here. Let me try So see, these characters here are further behind Drake, so they're not going to be as detailed. So it'll look weird in close up, but once I zoom out, you'll see what I'm doing here. So it'll be simplistic, very simplistic, but it'll make sense once I zoom out. Yeah, I should be doing more talking because I stopped the music because I keep playing the ads. So I'm used to listening to YouTube on my Brave browser because Brave cuts out the ads. So I've kind of spoiled myself. So see what I mean? Like you zoom out and it's not as pronounced, so it's gonna look weird in close up. But these guys' presence, once you read the book, you'll understand who these guys are and what their presence serves. So yeah, so again, these are just background, literally just background characters behind Drake, so they're gonna be not as detailed. It should be a little longer. And this guy's shirt's black. They're the guys in the background. Their shirts are black, so it's okay. Like if we see some lines crossing, whatever, because it's gonna get covered up anyway. So like, boom, boom. There you go. So go back. See what I'm saying? See? So, and you're probably wondering who are these guys? Well, if you buy the book, you'll know who they are. You will know who they are. Actually, let me check something fast here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me check here. Akuma? Okay, it says. Last man, 1960s The Munsters or 60s Addams Family? I'm more preferable to the Munsters myself. I just grew up on the Munsters, so. Nose hairs. The question is, what do you do about the feathers? He doesn't have. Roadwarrior Drake doesn't have feathers. What are you guys talking about? Just background, guys. Watching Drake do his thing in the tall. Oh, come on, Link! Stop it! You're better than that. See, be like KSS here, sharing my links. KSS does what nobody in my DM group does. He shares my links. Go to roadwarriordrake.com, or you can go to that link here to find my comics site. Lily Monster was hot. Yes, she was. Although, I had a question, though. Like, how does the Frankenstein's monster and a vampire woman, how do they produce a werewolf? Like, I get it was a sitcom and all, but they never explained that. How does a Frankenstein monster and a vampire woman produce a werewolf? That was a big conundrum for me. Even as a kid, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Can we get the Drake Pogs now or not, D-word man? I'm not going to answer that one, Helmet, because that's insulting to me. I deserve better treatment. The Munsters is the right answer. I think so too, KSS. Massive Panda says, careful, last man. Someone might buy your book, fire up a live stream, zoom all the way in, and call you a trash artist since you didn't draw every single strand of hair on the character. You mean they didn't do that already, Massive Panda? Are you kidding me? Like, you know how many people have said that my art was not good because I keep it simplistic or for other reasons? You know, I gotta find the stream where I was on Matt Barr's a few months ago. And by a few months, I mean like early last year. Because he invited me to come on his stream to show my book, and one of the panels there was Mike Barron. So when it was my time to show my book, Mike Barron audibly said, "Is this a joke?" And I never forgot it, but I'm like, you know what? That's kind of very disrespectful and unprofessional of Mike Barron to do that shit. I didn't say much about it because, you know, I was A, was promoting my book, and B, I'm like, I don't want to cause any trouble. But now that I think about it, that was actually pretty disrespectful of Mike Barron to say that about me. Because it was my time to shill, and even if he didn't like my book, and even if he didn't like my style, it was my time to shill. That was his opportunity to keep his mouth shut and let another man speak. So totally unprofessional and classless on Mike Barron's part, but I didn't say much because I get he's an industry legend, and for the most part, he does produce good work. But that's not an excuse to be an asshole to your fellow creators when they're on a stream trying to show their own work. Stay in your lane. Like Topic Fallen says to other creators to stay in their lane, and a lot of creators in the space don't know how to stay in their lanes. They really don't. That was something I had to learn myself too, because you know, for a while I wasn't in my lane, but then I got to a point when I said, you know what, you got to stay in your lane too, Lazmat, because you don't want to seem like you're biased. You don't want to step on people's toes. I'm like, yeah, you know, you're right. I should not be in anybody's lane but my own. But so should other creators stay in their lanes too. That is why I'm a Lazmat's favorite mod. You are my favorite mod. Hot at a shilling too. Hail duck D-word. You have me see the word. Damn it. Oh, damn it. Well, that's why I'm Lazmat's second favorite mod. You almost had me there. Massive Panda says, earlier you mentioned you've been working on this for 2 years. Did you mean 2 years on the Beast System specifically, or 2 years on Drake property altogether? 2 years on this book, Massive Panda. So I started drawing Roadwarrior Drake's first book, Street Champion Roadwarrior Drake, in May of 2018. And the book was finished in 2020, and then I started publishing it in 2021. So when you think about it, it's been 7 years, almost 7 years, of me working on Roadwarrior Drake books. But 2 years on this one. So I said it before, I say it again. I like a last match stylized art. It's perfect for Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. It is perfect for this book, and I'm okay with it. That's why I'm sticking to this property. Like, my style might not work in other books, but for this one, it works, and I'm going to stick to it. Helmet says Mike Barron sits like a crusty, like, words are hard. Basically, you don't like Mike Barron. So, and again, I'm not shit on the guy's resume. His respect is earned, but it doesn't mean it's called kayfabe link. Let me have kayfabe, please. I'm just having kayfabe. I'm just saying because it was is this serious? Yeah, he said something to that effect. He said, "Is this?" He's like, "Is this serious or is this a joke?" And I'm like, dude, you had your chance to shill. Now it's my turn. Please stay in your lane." So I thought it was very disrespectful. But again, it is what it is. It's just something that I don't talk about often because unfortunately you can't say stuff like that without people thinking that you want to start some shit and you get embroiled in controversy or drama. I'm like, no, I'm just telling you what happened. This is what happened. So but I say this because there are creators, up and coming creators, that are afraid to go out and draw because they get met with this egotistical, snobbish mindset by other creators that, oh, you gotta be as good as me, or you gotta be as good as this other guy if you want to make it here. And then they make new creators feel a certain way, like if they can't compete, they shouldn't be drawing or they shouldn't be making a book. And guess what? They don't make a book, right? And then those creators miss out on an opportunity to see if the market will like their stuff or not. Because it isn't other creators that's going to determine your staying power in the market. It's going to be the market, the people. They will decide it. And that triggers up a lot of creators. A lot of creators don't like hearing when they don't like having the power taken from them. When you say to them, the market will decide if you have staying power or not, they don't like that. They seem to have a problem with it. And I'm like, well, I mean, for those that were around for the early days of Comicsgate, it was always meant to be about the people. And we lost the plot along the way. The people determine if your books, the market determines if your books are going to have staying power or not. If a creator doesn't like your book, doesn't mean the market won't like it. It just means that creator doesn't like it. That's all. And most creators go by the style that they're familiar with. Most, not all, most. Like some creators have enough of an open mind to say, you know what, I dig it, or it's not for me, but I can see where there's a market for it. And I always go back to Roy Thomas's quote, which I'm now seeing being used on Twitter now, or X, I should say. I think it's X still, but people are now referring to that Roy Thomas quote, which is good because you should be allowed to like whatever you like. You should be allowed to enjoy what you like, and if people don't like it, it's not your problem. It's not your problem to like what you want to like. So just like what you like, and then me as a creator, I'll be staying in my lane. As Todd McFarlane suggested. And by the way, I'm not a McFarlane guy, but I respect his hustle. See, McFarlane was never one of my favorites as an artist, along with Liefeld. But it doesn't mean that I don't respect. I mean, I have more respect for McFarlane because he created a business for himself, and he did it without really doing what a lot of creators in our space do, which is going to war with other creators. Instead, he was building. He wasn't destroying. That arm is too long, right? Let me make it shorter. And I have to break kayfabe because some of these are taking what I'm saying seriously, so I got to break kayfabe here for a second. No, I'm not saying I'm anywhere near McFarlane's league. I'm just having fun. because a lot of creators take themselves seriously. They don't know how to have fun. And I'm like, well, you know what? If I'm gonna be doing this YouTube thing, it's gotta be fun. I gotta be entertaining to people. Which means I can't take myself seriously. And I get it. So yeah, this is I gotta draw two more guys right behind Drake here. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat here. Hold on. I love Mike Barron's writing, but the time the Punisher made himself black was really weird. Again, Mike Barron's a good writer, and his stuff is undeniably good. So, I'm still gonna enjoy his work. So, and you should too, because it's quality. The only thing I will say, maybe Mike said that because you do the whole kayfabe joking on the stream, but I didn't watch the stream. I honestly I doubt they watch what I do. I really do. I doubt it. But again, it's just something I just share because people who are new artists tend to get discouraged when they hear people say, you don't draw as good as so-and-so, so you shouldn't really be doing books. And then you miss out on a lot of good stories because of that. And I had some people come to me at a table at a con who are like aspiring artists or they want to make a book. And I tell them, just stick to your craft, perfect your style. Don't let anyone tell you you're not good enough. You let the market tell you. Just let the market told one. Because a lot of one's peers said, your style's not good. Don't do it. He didn't care. He went and did it. And One Punch Man, look where One Punch Man is now. Shifter says, I was ripe for the stream, and I thought I was hearing wrong. Yeah, it took me a minute to process that. So, yeah. I just got here, man. I'm lost. Did last night go on a stream with Baron recently? Oh, no, that was last year. That was a Map R stream. Look, I'm not shitting on Mike. So I'm just telling you what happened. I just thought I gave my thoughts, my impressions, my opinion, but it's part of the story of me encouraging other creators. Don't let somebody tell you that you're not good enough. Obviously, you got to get good on your own terms, but you let the market decide if you are worthy of having a spot in this comic thing. So yeah, I'm behind in the chat. Hold on, I'm sorry. So let's see here. Hold on. Master Panda says, yes, I remember back in the day, in the good old days, when you would make your indie book and sell it at conventions. Now you create a comic, release it, and get shot on by 85 YouTubers in 1 week. Well, Master Panda, what I've learned is that YouTube is just a small part of the market, a tiny percentage of the market. The cons are still relevant. Every con I've been to, Massive Panda, I've sold at least one copy of my book. So there are people at these cons buying comics, and what I've learned is if you have an IP and you have multiple books by said IP, people will be interested. I've learned that, and it's like, yeah, it's oh, so KSS, you're involved in that gay op. I see now. You're involved in that gay. I'm trying to answer Massive Panda's comment, and you're trying to derail my stream with a gay op. It's not cool, KSS. You were great showing my book, and now you're not. It's mean. But yeah, no, the cons are where it's at. Definitely do the cons, as many cons as you can. And not just comic book cons, but toy cons, horror cons, any con that has like any kind of fantasy element. Reserve a table and watch how you sell your book. I think I have it easier than most other comic creators because I have an IP. It's a character synonymous with me. So it's like that works. Plungecat says, you just got to create art and the reader comic fan will come. Boom. That's it. We are very nuanced readers after decades of comic art styles and stories. And that's the thing, Plungecat, is there's a lot of people like you that think that way. And this YouTube space doesn't really do a good job of catering to that or reaching out to those people. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach out to those people because there's a big audience for that. I mean, heck, Narwhal is where he's at because of that. You think Dark Horse is going to give Mark Millar all that money and what have you and bring Narwhal along? But they didn't know that Narwhal had marketable art skills? Of course not. So there is definitely a market for this type of art style. I need to work on my comic artist influences. I have long boxes of history and greatness. Do it, hardhead. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Do it. Okay. Massive Panda is going to come clean. He says, I want to offer a sincere apology to Comics YouTube for not being able to draw as well as Jim Lee on Batman. Hush. I truly am sorry, everyone. Yes, I'm also not a Jim Lee fan, but I will say this. Like, McFarlane did a Batman figure based on Jim Lee's design, and it was actually pretty good. So I think Jim Lee's design kind of works in some spots, but I'm not the biggest Jim Lee fan. But he has his fans, so I speak as a someone with an opinion, and what the internet says. If you have an opinion, it's like, well, no, I just butchered it. Never mind. I botched it. It's better to have your comic shat on than completely ignored. KSF, that is 100% true. And this is why I tell people, like, my comic has been mentioned more times on the Comicsgate thread on Kiwi Farms than most other comics in the CG circuit. my comic, I'm not kidding. My comic early on was shat on harshly by some of the Kiwi farmers. Like, they were brutal with it. But they were talking about it. That's the thing. They were talking about it. How many comics with better styles than mine got ignored by the farms? See, they've just added to the lore of Roadwarrior Drake. Especially now when you see how much I've improved. Attack on Titan's art was also pretty rough in the first volumes, but I couldn't stop reading. Tom McFarlane, I'm going to have this clip on my CG documentary. Tom McFarlane said this: it's better to have a comic book with subpar art and good writing than good art and bad writing. And that's going to be the sentiment of most people. Really, allow that. You put the gay and gay up. Well, Bear, you know what? You're going to get timed down. Oh, yes. Rest in peace, David Lynch. He passed away today. David Lynch passed away. So rest in peace. Okay, so says, look, all I'm saying is I've heard more about books that have been shot on in regards to plot, character, etc. than I have the ones that everyone praises, but no one actually talks about. I think, Kansas, what you're talking about is the fact that we know more about the Riververse characters than we know about any of the characters in Comicsgate. That's what you're trying to say, which I 100% agree on. The more people talk about your book, even if it's negative, the more people learn about your book and your characters and your world. It's advertising. That's why this whole dedicated movement to trash one guy's comic book universe was probably the dumbest thing you could do for your own comic book movement. So, yeah, you're not wrong. So, anyway, yep, exactly. See, I know what you're talking about. Exactly. All right, let me continue drawing. So I'm gonna ignore the chat for a second. I just want to just actually, you know what? Drake was supposed to have something sticking out here. Let me just yeah, Drake gets brutalized in one of the fight scenes in this book, so I have to indicate that. So I would play music, but and it's been royalty free music, so it's cool. But I think you guys would prefer I just oh yeah, let me do it one here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Actually, I gotta add more blood on that. So let me go ahead and add a little more blood there. And also, when I was drawing, because I've been on a drawing binge the last few days, or rather the last few weeks, trying to get this book finished. And what I found is that, like, if I play Transformers Season 3, because Hasbro's been playing that the third season of Transformers on a loop for about a month now. and that's because they were coming out with some new figures based on some of the characters in season 3. And I find that like when I leave that playing in the background, I'm drawing, I tend to draw a lot better. That's because some of the episodes in Transformers 3 were really drawn well. So that's why I think why some of the pages look really good. And I think I made a great decision by not drawing the pages chronologically. I made it so that some of the pages were drawn out of order because I wanted to draw what was inspiring to me. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add the other two guys behind them. Here we go. Oh, it's very 9:13. I'm only on the first panel. So Lord Raptor is supposed to be streaming in about 40 minutes, but remember he does like the first 20 minutes of like intros, and then he does 20 or 30 minutes of reading from the chat. So I'll probably stream. I'll stream till about like 10:20, 10:30 maybe, and then I'll call it a stream. Even if I'm not finished drawing this, I'm gonna draw this tonight. It'll be finished tonight, regardless of if I stream or not. But I'll read y'all chats in a minute. I know some of you are like, why are you ignoring my chat? I will read it in a minute. I haven't forgotten you. I haven't forgotten you. But in all seriousness, you guys are coming up with some very interesting questions or interesting comments, which I appreciate. It's a nice break from like the other stuff, you know, the stuff that I've been trying to avoid. And I think I've done a good job of avoiding it so far. So I want to keep it that way. Because why not? Why not? See, from close, it looks a little weirdish, but when you zoom out, you'll see that it makes sense with the within the scope of the panel. And there's actually another guy right next to him here. So let me go ahead and let me draw. Let's see, who should I draw here? Oh yeah, I know to draw. Okay. I'll get to y'all in a second. So. I'll get to you in a second. Don't worry. I have to draw the a dividing line here. So let me just quickly do that to separate this panel from like the panel below it. Let me just do a separate panel layer for this. That way I don't have to worry about like going over his feet. There, okay. Bring this down here. Okay. 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 Okay, there we go. There's the, and then there'll be, of course, a background, but I tend to do the background a certain way, especially with the ground. So that'll be done on a separate panel. But and then there'll be some text in this panel here. So let's see. We go back to the chat for a second here. Helmet says Riververse has Horseman, and Peanutverse has D word man. No, he's not the D word. Helmet, not the D word. Mazapana says, I stepped out. Did you mention you're going to drop part 4 of the documentary? So did you guys check out the latest video I uploaded on my channel regarding the 4th part of the documentary? So what I'm doing is I'm combining the first 3 parts that I did along with the 4th part. But the thing is, like, as it stands now, if I did it without any actual editing, it would be like a 5-hour documentary. And that's too long. So I'm doing the documentary here, the full-length version, as if I was addressing it to normies. So there's going to be a lot of like some simplifying of things. And part 4 is going to be a part of that. So that's we'll see part 4 in the full-length version of the doc, which I'm working on right now. So Henry Throne, how you doing, Henry? He says, Shigama, I have to do some reviews sometime. I didn't care for ISOM 1, but I thought ISOM 2 is better and I enjoyed it. Well, that's good. That's good. He's coming out with ISOM 3. Hopefully he'll do what I suggest he should do, which is he'll release all 3 in one volume, and then I may get that. Depending on how part 3 is. If part 3 is well received and it ties up a lot of loose ends and tells a good story, then I'll probably get the collected works of the first 3 ISOMs. And that's pretty much how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to, like, I don't want to just buy books that are incomplete stories. So I just don't. I just rather get complete stories now. $18 buck books, says Shifter. For floppies, yeah, it should be something like that. No resale value. Yeah, you know what? Like a lot of people get worked up over resale values with their comics now. It's like it's not the 80s anymore. So you're not gonna like buy a comic and expect it to get good resale value on the secondary market because a lot of things factor in, including availability digitally, various variants that get put out there. So I need to catch up on the doc. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. And don't forget to leave a comment. So Plungecast says, I really enjoyed the docs, caught up on another drama. Now I know it was a real good idea to stay away from CG. Yeah. You know what? Go on your own. Build your platform, though. Build your platform, get your customer base, and don't forsake the cons. Don't forsake the cons. There's a lot of money to be made in the cons still. I plan to review Roadwarrior Drake next time I get a chance to stream a review. Well, I look forward to that. And I don't know if you were here early when I said this, Henry Thrune, but once this book goes through the editing process and I have a complete book, which should be in a week or 2. Today, this is the last page that I'm drawing, and then I'm going to have a couple proofreaders read it. And based on their suggestions, I'm going to edit it a certain way. And then I'm going to send every one of the backers is going to get a PDF of the book while I get it prepared for printing. So once it's complete, you're going to get a PDF first. So that way you guys don't have to wait. So, wow, I finished my current page faster than the last, man. Well, whoop-de-doo, boo to you, Colin, boo to you. Here to make me feel bad. and I started coloring it when Eliza started to stream. Boo to you, Colin. I will not advocate for the redheads anymore. Ever. Neither Nugan. KSS says, Plunchcast, I read the first two, didn't personally care for them. I've heard he's improved in charging $13 for new books. Can't really complain about that. Well, the first I saw him is getting a redrawing. So a lot of the artwork is getting updated, so there's that at least. So hopefully, hopefully his fan base, his customers really enjoy it. Eliza, stop getting in all your feelings. I'm not getting. I'm Bear. You gaslight and you think I shouldn't respond. I'm gonna respond, Bear, to your gaslighting. I mean, thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it. I appreciate your feedback. Massive Panda says, I may be ignorant here, but I'm not seeing the purpose of slabbing these current comics. Nobody even cares about the crap that comes out now. Am I missing something here? No, but you're not. Unfortunately, there's a lot of nostalgia tied to slabbing and CGCs and all that stuff. And I'm like, it's not the 80s anymore. A lot of these comics aren't going to have any resale value in the market. So you might as well just enjoy them now and just consume them as they're meant to be consumed. And then just go on with your life. Colin says, check out Emerald Man. It's been getting made just as long as Roadwarrior Drake. Can't be showing on my stream, Colin. This is my stream. I don't allow you to stream. Hanet says, I don't forget what fun is like. You're absolutely right, Elasmat. I need to push my writing further. Do it. Do it. Oh, look, he's dropping his link. This Global Comics link to his mystical Emerald Man books. This is my stream, Colin. Can't be showing your books on my stream. Can't be showing your books on my... Vast Classy says, we need to summon Lazarus' emotional support animal, Coffee. No, we don't need to. Don't need to. He's not allowed here. He's banned. Can I have my spear back, Elasmat? They're expensive. No, I need it for evidence. So no, you're not going to get it back. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 panels left on this page. So if I don't get to color it, I think I'll be able to have enough of it inked before the stream ends. So at least you get to see the inking process. So I'm down to 4 panels in this, and then that's it. I've inked the last 4 panels of the book. But you guys have made it memorable, so I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate your... So these 3 characters are the characters that Drake meets early on in the book, so I need to kind of like get them... Let's see. Okay, I'll use this page here as page 50. Okay. Let me bring it down here. There we go. Okay. Let me see how... Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. I know it's quiet. I will read the chat in a second. Don't worry. I won't ignore you guys. I won't ignore you. I forget that I don't play music because it used to be like I would have the StreamYards, right? And then I would play the music from the StreamYards. But Talk Lab doesn't have Talk Lab. Talk Studio doesn't have that option. So therefore, I have to keep you entertained with my voice. Some of you don't like it, and that's too bad. It's too bad. It really is too bad. Like I'm sorry if you guys feel a certain way, but it just is what it is. Let me see. What are y'all saying? Fix that ear right now, says Shifter. No, I'll time you out. Just for that, I'll time you out. That's still better than a lot of books, Hothead. You don't hear a lot of chatter about them. It's always seemed weird to me. That's where CE dropped the ball, Kaz says. They dropped the ball with not having their books being talked about, but rather the behavior was what's talked about. Biggest failure in my personal point of view. Collins, I did not say that to make you envious, but to show you I was drawing alongside you. Check out Emerald Man, guys. Global Comics. Check it out. I've always liked Colin's style, even though he hates me and wishes me gone, but I always appreciated Colin's style. We all need to draw some time together. Yes, yes, yes. Draw streams are definitely, we need more draw streams, especially more collaborative draw streams. So yes, absolutely. So let's see here. Actually, before I continue on, let me just to get like some of the poses down, Pat, so I know what I'm drawing. I need to get something for him here. Okay. Actually, I should fix his eyebrows a bit because it's actually a bit more slanted. Let me fix his eyebrows. I mean, they look good, but it's not his. It's not this character's style of eyebrows. It's a bit more slanted, so it should be more like this. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's exactly how he has it. And then this is just fixable by adding that. There we go. There we go. Yes. Okay. I'll get to you in a second in chat. I'll get to you in a second. So just I'm not ignoring you. Arm goes a little further down here. There we go. And then Okay. Oh, nope, 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 nope. I have to complete a shirt. Is there we go. There we go. Okay, and then now, there we go. Okay. Let's see. Actually, that looks a little weird. Let me just add there we go. Okay. I'm gonna read y'all chats in a second, so hang in there. I should make his leg extend a little further out. Like, there we go. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna draw the second character in that scene, and then I will read y'all's chats. So hang in there. I'm gonna read y'all's chats. Okay, so she's wearing like a bluish dress. Okay, so I want to just check to see. Okay. This character here is Amy Madison. I'll get to you on the chat in a second, so hang tight. Let me just draw her, and then I'll see what you guys got to say. I will see what you guys got to say in a second. So. Okay, done drawing her. I will see what you guys got to say in the chat. So. All right, I'm gonna see what you guys see in the chat because you're probably saying some mean things. I'm letting it go unchecked. So hold on, let me just color her hair first. Let me color her hair, and then I will see what you guys got to say. So. Okay, what's being said about me in the chat? Let's see. Okay, scroll up a little bit. I'm probably going to be skipping some of you. Okay, it says, a lot of my drawings with a mouse. Why? Because he was tired of drawing with an Etch-a-Sketch and taking pictures of each drawing with his iPhone. And what if I did? And what? AI confirmed. Get this guy out of here. He's bringing this slander to my circle. He's not allowed to do that. AI confirmed. AI, I'm suing him. He's going to be in my class action lawsuit. Oh, Colin says, Outliers should really invest in a Wacom pad. It'll make it look better and it will feel better. Well, Wacom to you. Wacom to you. How about that? Wacom stuff allows pen pressures to show. Well, I'm going to be looking at ways to bring the third book to its own unique style. So maybe I'll look into that, but not yet. Maybe. I'll look into Wacom. Mazepana says, not sure if you saw my question from earlier. Did you go through the official legal channels and get a copyright, trademark, whatever? Or that's something you don't even feel like you have to do? Oh, Mazepana. Oh, good question. I guess you didn't hear about that. I guess you weren't here when I talked about it. So allow me not to tell, but to show. So let me turn my camera on. USB, if it allows me to. Is it? Oh, it's not turning on. Is my camera not coming on? Hold on. Huh. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to see if my USB camera. It's got the. Here we go. I'll do this one. It's not even turning on. That sucks. I'm trying to show you my trademark. I did get a trademark. Here we go. Okay, good. So yeah, this is my trademark for Roadwarrior Drake. My official trademark license. See it? So yes, I have an active patent on Roadwarrior Drake, which is why I'm doing more books, and that's what I'm talking about doing from floppies to keep the trademark alive so that it doesn't lapse. So this is going to get more books in the Roadwarrior Drake name out there. So the graphic novels are going to be their own little epic arc story. So you'll get like a one epic complete lifespan of Roadwarrior Drake with the 3 graphic novels. But the floppies that I'm thinking about doing are going to tell like side stories or just episodic stories of the character and some of the characters in his universe. So this is going to allow the stories to continue. So as long as I do that, I have the trademark active and I can keep trademark on Roadwarrior Drake. So trust me, Master Panda, I definitely was open to keeping my character with me, the name of the character with me. So yeah, I absolutely and I got this done back in 2020 during the lockdowns. That's when I first trademarked the name. So it took a year because my book wasn't out yet. So there was nothing on print to show that it was going to be used in active commerce. So I had to get a lawyer involved, and ultimately I have the trademark secure. So as long as I keep producing books, I should be fine. So let me know if any of you want me to delete any of your chats before Last Night reads it. I want the receipts Henry threw, so no, don't do it. Fiona, what was in the chat? She says, time to get myself a drink, but man, your YouTube is hardly telling me when people are live streaming. I don't know if you have, Fiona, but make sure you hit that bell notification on my channel so that you get notified. But I know YouTube does all kinds of fuckery when it comes to live streams and people coming on. So, but yeah, welcome, Fiona. I don't know if you were here earlier, Fiona, but I said this is the last page of the book I'm drawing, and then the book is complete, barring any edits, which is going to take about a week to do. But once I go through the edits and it's completed, then I'm going to send everybody a PDF before I start making arrangements to get the book printed. So the hope or the goal is by the end of this month, people will get a PDF of the book before I go right into the physical stuff of it. So, Shifter said Lito's going to be doing a auction of a knockoff Wacom on Raptor Stream. Lito was the colorist for my cover for B-Says and Roadwarrior Drake. She's an excellent colorist. I'm actually proud of the work she did for my book. So, last night was so loud when he freaked out. My daughter came to turn down the volume. Oh, well, I will keep it down because I have gaslighters in my chat, but we're not going to talk about the gaslighters. No, it's always my fault, right? It's always got to be the creator who can't be. I mean, Henry, I'm sorry about your situation. I will be better. I promise. Third book will be 100% Etch-a-Sketch. You have so little faith in me, Cass says. All you people have little faith in me. All of yous. Maybe last I can buy it. It will be invaluable. I'm not reading that. Words are hard. All I know is that you're insulting me, and you're my enemy now. Also, someone drawing a comic and Etch-a-Sketch, that would be genuinely impressive. Actually, would be. No, I'm not gonna lie. That actually would be. That actually would make millions of dollars with the right marketing. That would make a lot of money. So, okay, let's see. Did I catch up on the chat? Like I said, I'm skipping some chats to catch up. So, let's see. I have my associate's degree in frame like that. Someone asked me what it meant. It was like basically I retook all 4 years of high school in over 2 years. Yes. Consume, says Hothead. Consume. Yeah, I get a lawyer involved? Dang. So the reason why I had to get a lawyer involved, Henry, is because when it comes to trademarking a name, it's very specific with spelling, with presentation. So when I trademarked Roadwarrior Drake, I trademarked it as one word, But what happened was when I showed the proofs to the to the patent office, they denied the claim at first because the Road Warrior was in 2 words somehow. So I had to redo like the titling to make the word Road Warrior appear as 1 word, but that meant I had to resubmit the claim. So I had to get a lawyer involved so that if there was anything that was preventing me from getting the trademark, he would get it before it gets denied. So the lawyer was actually invaluable in terms of making sure that whatever was stopping the process would get taken care of, so I didn't have to refile. So yeah, but that's why I said, like, when it came to that whole ISOM trademark thing, that's why I'm like, people that were saying up and down that Eric July was not going to get that trademark didn't know what they were talking about, because the ISOM that was trademarked was the acronym. The name ISOM is a common name. You can't trademark a common name. That's in the trademark rules. But, people got a drama farm, so it is what it is. Skip down a few chats here. YouTube's been dropping the ball on notifications lately. I rerung the bell, and it hasn't helped. YouTube hates me. They do. Let's make an entire D-word universe warrior. D-word warrior universe. I guess. Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Sure. Well, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, oh, sure. It was probably somehow Elasmat's fault, though. Yeah, blame me, because I'm a colored, right? Blame me. It's okay, though, because I'm favored and cherished. Colin says, my arc with Elasmat is apparently complete. Went from being his best friend to a sworn enemy. I advocated for you a lot, but you came in through daggers and spears at me. You chucked your spears at me for the last time, Colin. Never again. Let me scroll down a little more. Everybody's Cthulhu. How you doing? He says, Elasmat is so emotional sometimes. I'm just reacting to the gaslighting, everybody else Cthulhu. I'm allowed to do that. I'm going to trademark Road Warrior Drake with 3 spaces. I hope you do, and I will ever loving sue you. Well, I can't because I have no money, but still, just be kind to me. Be kind. I'm doing Street Warrior Drake and Street Champion Drake. Oh, so you're doing the Hong Kong. You're going the Hong Kong route. I see. Anyway, let me continue drawing here. So, Amy has some bigger hips. Let me go ahead and just fix this a little bit so that the hips are reflective in terms of her shapeliness. So, there we go. That's better. And part of her figure is probably going to be covered up anyway, so because of the character in front of her. Which should be in the previous page, page 49, I think it is, right? Let's see. Page 49. Yes, page 49. Okay, so let me put that in here. So this character. This is Hadabat. That's his name here in the story, Hadabat. You say, who's Hadabat? Well, you will learn. If you backed it, you will learn once you get the PDF. But Hadabat has a brain disorder. And I won't say what that brain disorder is. You'll have to read it for yourself. It's probably the most absurd brain disorder that you can come up with for any character. But in the context of the weirdness of the story, it works. So I'm like, yeah, this is going to be like a nice little pitch, because a lot of characters in this book will have their own unique personality, that they become their own characters in their own right, which is cool. And that's one of the reasons why I had a lot of fun doing this book, because of the world building aspect of it, where I was able to create all kinds of characters, and they had their own personalities and their own little quirks, and it was just fun to do. So much so that I can actually make a comic book out of a lot of these characters. And I may. I don't know. I think I will. There's a lot of potential based on this book for me to do comic books of each individual character. Some of it will be action, or some will be just straight up comedy, or maybe just in some cases just drama. Some nice callback to like the romance comics of yesteryear. So, see what I mean when I said that he's gonna cover pretty much most of her body anyway. So okay. The next three panels are going to probably be very simple to draw because they're very just um, direct in what it's being called for. So, but this panel is going to be accompanied by some text, so the text is going to complement some of what's you're seeing here. It's 9:49. So, like I said, Lord Raptor streaming at 10 o'clock. But I'm going to stay on for like 20 or so minutes because he'll be doing intros and then he'll do like 20 or 30 minutes of reading the chat before he gets to the topic, whatever tonight's topic is. But I will be drawing until 10:20, 10:30, and then I'll cut the stream off, and then I'll watch the stream while I'm drawing or finishing up the drawing here, and then I'm gonna color the page, and then that's it. It's a wrap. Street champion, Beasters and Roadwarrior Drake will be completed. So actually, you know what? Let me because this takes place during one of the battles, so there should be some like battle scars, because a lot of people got some type of injury. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. All right. And then this panel here is this is probably more of the let's see, where is it? Is it this page here? Yes, it is. That's the page right there. So let me go ahead and okay, I'm gonna try to draw this panel and then I'll read the chat. But I know you guys are saying some insane vitriolic stuff about me. I know you are, and you guys relish it. But I want you to know right now, I persevered in spite of your attempts to cancel me and to say all kinds of evil stuff about me. I've persevered. I'm a warrior and a survivor. I'm absolutely a warrior. I survived. So you guys should be celebrating me and making daily inspirations about how I touched your lives, how I've inspired you, because your attempts to cancel me failed. I've won. So hopefully things change and you guys will now see me in a different light and want to be me and be like me and be a winner like me, because I'm a winner. I've won. What did you guys win? Have you won anything lately? Let me know what you won in the chat. I'd like to know what you guys have won. Fill me with your inspiring quotes. I like to know it. I like to know how I've inspired you to be great. Because I'm an inspiring man. I've inspired you. And you guys should revere me. Because once I'm gone, the space is pure white again. And I'm colorful. I'm a rare man, and if I go, I'm extinct. And then there's no more of me. And then what? What do you guys have to deal with? What's left? Huh? What's left? Exactly. You guys didn't think this through. You guys thought, let's erase me, and then things will get better. No, things will get boring. You need me in the community. Even if the community hates me, you need me in the community. Because community unita is important with my existence. But again, you didn't think this through. Okay, let me see what you guys say in the chat. Oh, yeah, Tim Olson here. Yeah, the space is pure and white, Tim Olson. Say that like it's a good thing. It needs more spice and flavor. That's why I'm here. Henry Thune says, I haven't won anything. I'm like the Minnesota Vikings in real life. Oof. Ouch. Ow, I felt that one. And I'm not a Vikings fan, but I felt that one. Colin says, I have had polished sausage before. It tastes pretty yummy. Well, I had a chicken steak sandwich today. It was delicious from the local corner deli. It's great stuff. Henry Thune says, I'm a great guy and a wonderful person. See, why can't you guys be more like him? Look how inspiring and positive Henry Thune is. This is inspiring to me. I feel loved and cherished here with that. With that comment, he has erased all of your hatred and vitriol towards me. I am loved. And he's shown the love. What is y'all's excuse? What is y'all's excuse? Why can't you be like Henry Thune and cherish me and protect me and make sure that I don't leave this community, because community unita is important for as long as I'm here. But if I'm ever expelled, then there's no community left. It's just a lodge meeting. And we can't have that, right? Right? No. You need me here. I'm much needed. I'm much favored. I mean, yeah. Fuck, I butchered that. Words are hard. Words are hard. Words are definitely hard. If you're just tuning in, you are seeing me draw the last page for Street Champion. Good night! Beast Citizen. Roadwarrior Drake, which is the second book in the graphic novel saga of Roadwarrior Drake. This will complete the production on the book prior to any editing that's got to get done. So, and yes, there's going to be some editing. So, it's going to be some proofreaders looking at it. Tell me what works, what doesn't work. Because they got to tell me because they want to see me succeed. They care about me. I'm loved. I'm loved and cherished. And I'm respected. Even though you guys in the community don't, I'm loved and cherished and respected. So they're going to look it over and tell me what works, what doesn't work. And then then I'm going to get to work on making it work. I will get to y'all's chat to the. I didn't even save this. There we go. Click save. There we go. Okay. So I'm down to 2 panels. This right here is that is oh yeah, I got other chats to read. Yes, I will survive. I absolutely, Tim Olson. I definitely will survive. Alaska smells like what does that mean? Speak English here. I'm cultured. Can't say those words here. Alaska makes the whole earth sing. I do. I'm inspiring. I'm very inspiring. Scroll down further to the chat. Alaska is blacker than TJ confirmed. Well, tell Midnight Cherry because apparently Midnight Cherry thinks that TJ is more blacker than me. He's a TJ simp. I was robbed of that award. That award was mine. But no, he got a simp for the guy who thinks he's colored, but he's not. I'm the true colored here. That was a total debauchery of that award. I'm not a D word. I'm colored. I'm a POC. A laugh that makes the heart grow fonder. I do. I absolutely do. Did you honestly think, honestly, I added honestly, but did you think a laugh that would just lay down and die? Ha! Fools! Absolutely. I live. I will live. When the space is wide again, it will have a better credit. What does that mean? You banned him also now from the chat. Ban him for that. I bring luck and credit, Tim. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you thinking of leaving the community last bit? No, I am not leaving the community. The community will accept me whether they like it or not. I will BLM you all. I do. I complete you all. I give you purpose. I make you feel good about yourselves. Even on my worst days. Helmet says, I'm thankful for last mat. If he wouldn't stream, I'd have to settle with Einen Prime gay gaming streams, and that's a punishment I can't endure. Talk about a fall from grace. I know. When we hate a last mat, said Tim Wilson, we just hate ourselves. I'm glad you see it that way. See, now you're getting it. I am your mirror. I'm your mirror. Colin says, I too am thankful for Elasmat, or else I'd have nobody to share my fondness of D words with because Elasmat loves D words. I don't know where you get this idea that I love D words, Colin. I just make comic books about beast citizens. Beast citizens. Beast citizens. Guyism says, some say Elasmat loves the D word a little too much. I don't know where you get this falsehood from. I really don't. Henry Thune says, Elasmat is my spirit animal, and that animal is a D word. See, now you got him speaking ill will now. I am more blacker, Phil and Son. I'm glad you see it that way. I'm telling you that Midnight Cherry Award was hacked. Master Panic, did I skip midnight last week's episode of Indie Outliers, or did I just miss it? I didn't stream last week. This is actually right now my first stream of 2025. Right now. So you're watching my first. Was this the first stream of 2025, or did I do a boring community draw stream before this? Let me see. Let me just confirm that. I don't want to give you fake news. I'm going to confirm right now if I indeed have let's see. YouTube Studio. Let me check my last live prior to this one. My last live was December 30th. Okay, yeah, so this is my first stream of 2025. So yeah, there you go. He ate the last episode of Indie Outliers. What kind of science fiction philosophy are you into? Oh, Brian Criscott's in the chat. Brian is here to diagnose me if I'm going to have a mental illness or not. So if he does that, guys, I want him banned and I'm going to sue him. He doesn't get to diagnose me. I'm not mentally ill. I'm a perfectly functioning POC. So there, I diagnose myself, Brian. Take that. Anyway, I got 2 more panels to draw, and then I'll be coloring it. But it's 10 o'clock now. Lord Raptor has not streamed yet. So I'm going to keep drawing. I got 2 panels left to draw here. So for those that are tuning in, I am drawing the last page for Beast Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. And then once this is done, I'm going to be sending it over to my proofreaders. I'll have a complete book. They're going to proofread it, and then I will then, whatever feedback they give me, based on whatever feedback I receive, I will go do my necessary edits, And then once the edits are done, I'm going to then send all the backers a PDF while I make preparations to get the book printed. Or I'll just wait until I do the ash can, and then I'll send that out along with um, the graphic novel to get them all printed together. So I don't know, I may do that. So we'll see. Because the ash can's got to get done. Then I got to do the manga version. So yeah, I gotta do the manga version. Manga version shouldn't take long to do because it's just formatting pages and then changing up some of the art style to match like a more manga format. Although I've been doing a lot of more manga style with this book as it is. So the only thing I would probably change is the eyes, especially with Pumpkin Warpatch and some of the other girls. Give them like a little waifu design. Because all the straight men love the waifus. So but hey, that's why manga does well, because they reward masculinity. One of the reasons for manga success is that it rewards heterosexuality and masculinity in men. Even though some of the stuff is kind of weird and ambiguous in its own way, but it still has a very masculine flavor. But I made a stream 3 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but 3 years ago or 4 years ago now, I did a stream where there was talks of a head of some Japanese company involved with some manga, trying to incorporate what we would know as DEI and trying to get the Japanese culture infested with that crap. And I was told that wasn't going to happen because Japan wasn't going to allow it. Well, I mean, it kind of has been happening. Japan is not it's not impervious to Western indoctrination. So I'm hoping that the Japanese will be steadfast and not let Western influence infect their anime and manga, because from what some people are saying, it is starting to get there now. All that DEI crap. And look at this. This right here is the final panel. Look at this. I'm doing the final panel now. Before I do that, let me go to the chat for a second. Is LRJ streaming tonight? He's supposed to stream at 10. I just checked it. It's still not. He still hasn't streamed yet. So, but you know him. He tends to be a little late. But if he starts streaming, I'm going to stay streaming myself until like a 30 minutes into his stream, and then I'll shut my stream off, because he'll do the 20 minutes of intros, and then he'll do like 30 minutes of reading the chat. So, guidance is no problem. We will all diagnose you. No, you will not. I'm a human being. I don't allow you to. Phil on someone says, I had a chicken pock rub off my forehead when I was a kid. Left a crater there. Different kind of pock. That's racist. You're making fun of me in my lingo. I don't like that. You shouldn't do that. That's not nice. Massive Panda says, looking forward to getting this comic. I think those blue tones look great in this artwork. Oh, dude, the blue tones look incredible. It does give it its own flavor to it, and I mean, and again, the market determines if my book is legacy or not. But if you're asking me, I'm very proud of how this book looks. More so than the first book. I'm very proud of this. Henry Through says, I love you last night in a totally straight, non-D-word way. 1000% this Plunchcast. I know it knows its audience. Henry Thune says, spoilers. Let's just hope they don't have the D word in their books. Oh, here's Angela Curry. She's in the chat. She says, hey, Elias, Matt, in the chat. Hello, Angela. I am drawing the final page in Be Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So Brian says, I'm not a mental health care professional, but you can't work in the field and not find yourself diagnosing people. There is truth to that. I mean, look, I've worked in the medical field myself, so there is absolutely truth to that. I get it. And I kind of was very proactive when Stephanie passed away in making sure that I didn't fall into some kind of mental dungeon for myself. And I was very, very proactive in getting myself involved in a lot of groups, widows groups, to kind of have a group of people that I can be accountable to, so that I wouldn't find myself in a mental dungeon and not end up doing bad habits. So yeah, I'm very aware of that. Master Pen says, yeah, I'm not sure why the Japanese would want to copy everything that's bad about Western entertainment. It's not too late for them to reverse course. No, I guess I hope they don't. I hope they don't get that crap infested in their work. So skip it down here. Master Pen says, wanted to make a Ghost in a Shell that's suitable for modern audiences. Major Motoko is too sexy. The male gaze. Arg. Well, yeah, that the Japanese don't punish the male gaze. They actually reward it. So, but there is an attempt by the West to censor that. So, Tim Olson says, I hear voices, but they all sound like me. I'm not gonna. I want to say what I want to say, but no, I'm not gonna say it. I'll leave it alone. Helmet says, I have something to talk about on the next Indie Comics Outliers. I read the Murder in the Orient Express comic and watched the 70s movie afterwards to compare. Ooh, so we have some material, some supplemental material for next week's stream. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Good on you, Elasmus Brian. Yeah, thank you. Henry Thrun says, dinner is done, dishes are done, time for family. God bless Elasmus and chat. Thanks for coming in, Henry Thrun. Thanks for being a part of this, for being a part of me drawing the final page in B Citizen Roadwarrior Drake. J.B. Salas says, Ken Akamatsu is leading the way against censorship, which is kind of ironic because Love Hina was the first manga where I saw fan service turn to 11, but just like Bancroft, a no nipple policy. Keeping it subtle. I'm all for keeping it subtle, sure. The pesky male gaze, yes. I reward the male gaze in my book too. So, anyway, let me go to the final panel here. So here we go. Here is the final panel for B Citizen Roadwarrior Drake that I'm drawing. Not the final panel chronologically. This isn't the last page chronologically. It's just the last page that I'm drawing. So I drew the book out of order, and that was by design because I wanted to draw pages that I was very inspired to draw, so that the art style would reflect it, and it's done this book a lot of service as a result. So actually, this toe here is kind of big. Let me just delete this toe here. There we go. That's probably better. Yeah, it's a little better. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, it should be shorter. Hold on. Let me do a quick sketch here. Yeah, that's it. There we go. All right. Okay. Actually, before I finish his hand. Oh wait, this right here is his other foot because he's actually walking. So that's a good little action right there. Okay. I should make his calves a little thicker. So let me do that. Especially as this is his final. This is the final drawing. So okay. And he's picking up an object here. I won't say what this object is because it'll spoil the end, but I should add more material here. Okay, now we finish drawing that hand. And then once I do that, I think I've pretty much inked the page. Yeah, a little, some slight shadows on this foot here. So we're going to do that here. Here we go. I'll get to you on the chat in a second, so don't worry. I'm just so here we go. And you guys are probably saying some very evil things about me. It's okay. I have it all documented. It's all documented, so. But I forgive you. I all forgive you. Yeah, I need to give him some forehead ridges. There we go. Give him a little dark highlight on the left side of his face. Yeah, I can't believe I've come as far as I have, and I'm gonna actually have a complete book after today. Like, all jokes aside, this is an accomplishment for me. This book is going to speak volumes on the lessons that I've learned in the space for the last few years, and a testament to how you can receive criticism, apply it, and then make something that exceeds even your own expectations. And I've always listened to criticism. Not all criticism was good, but there was a lot of very valuable information that I got that helped make this book, in my opinion, not only is it a pleasure to make, but I think for a lot of you, it's going to be a pleasure to read. The goal for me was to make this book fun, to make it fun. Because a lot of people get worked up, and I mean, by people, I mean creators. A lot of creators get worked up on, it's got to look a certain way, it's got to look a certain way. And yeah, the art is important, but in their quest to make the art the focal point, they forgot that the book had to be entertaining. And that's probably why a lot of conversations that are being had about the books in our space are not centered on some characters and are focused on other characters, because we're looking at what's fun, and then they're not really paying attention to what isn't fun. And it's just something that has to be addressed. But here it is. Here's the panels look blank because the backgrounds, I do something different with the backgrounds, so I don't really as much. So, but yeah, here's the final page inked. So now I'm going to do the coloring. Has Lord Raptor started streaming yet? Well, let's see. Let me look at the chat for a second. I see you guys are typing away in the chat, and thankfully for wait a minute. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let's see here. I just talk about Oregon cons. Mass Panda said, yes, congrats on getting this far with Roadwarrior Drake. Any idea what the name of the third graphic novel will be? Oh, I absolutely have the name of the third graphic novel, but I'm not going to reveal it yet. But I have the name for it. But since Master Panda, you are one of my regulars, and you definitely show appreciation, this one is for you.
Take it, I surrender.
Figured you like that. You've earned it. You've earned it. Um, Tim Wilson gets it. He actually gets it. He says the fact that the art is not perfect makes it look like a fun book. Exactly. That's the point. It's supposed to look fun. It's supposed to be a fun looking book, and you got it. So there you go. See, Tim Wilson gets it. He gets it. It just has to look fun, and it has to service the story, and then you have a good comic book. And that's my lesson to any of you up and coming comic book creators, which is just make it your style, make your style form, make it consistent, and make it fun. And people like it. Nothing feels better than a completed comic. Congrats. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate that. Rapid changes time. He's now starting in 22 minutes. Okay, yeah. So I made the right choice in continuing to stream. So that's good. Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Never sleep on thick thighs. Well, yeah, you can sleep on thick thighs, actually. I appreciate sleeping on thick thighs. Okay, so now since Raptor's not streaming yet, I'm going to go ahead with the coloring now. So let me go ahead and add a new layer here. Okay. Now I have a white background. So I'm going to show you guys what I do with the background before. Oh, no. First, let me color the characters. So I'm going to start with this first panel here. Okay. Now, these characters specifically in the back, they're grayish. And the reason why they're grayish is because they were exiled. So they've been away from Skullkill's population for a minute. This gets addressed in the comic. So and you're going to see what I do with the background before I move on to the next panels. Oops. Okay. Change pens. There we go. Okay, let me add some dark shading on here. There we go. Yeah, I will say I've had fun coloring this book. Well, quote unquote color, because it uses only very limited colors, but the way I've been able to make it work is where I've had the most fun. And I haven't decided how I'm gonna do the third book in terms of I'm gonna do it same color scheme, different colors. Like I'm either gonna do the same color scheme with the blue tints, full color, or just strict black and white. I haven't made a determination yet. And it's important for me to wait because I was inspired to do the blue after reading Scott McCloud's The Sculptor. And I said this color scheme would work with Roadwarrior Drake. And a lot of people have been receptive to that color scheme. But that's because I gave myself time to be influenced by another artist, another creator. So that worked. And it was organic too. So it wasn't like I said, let me look for some inspiration. And then I'll go. No, the inspiration has to be organic for me. It has to be very organic for me for it to work. So Just a quick exam, see how it looks. Okay. So the decision on whether or not it'll be full color will be decided upon the me drawing the book, and then I'll know right then and there what I've decided and how it's going to be presented. But each book is going to look different in terms of not so much art style, but coloring style too. So each book is going to be it's going to have distinct art styles because it'll give each book its own unique identity, and therefore it's going to make each book in its own way valuable. This is why again I talk about art style and how you know you don't you come up with something that the market will enjoy, and then the market will do the rest, and see how receptive they are to what you produce. Receptiveness is always good. So oh, nope, nope, nope. Let's see. We gotta fix that. Okay, there's that there. Okay. All right. So that goes here. Okay. So let's see. We go boom, boom. There we go. We just add a little bit here. Okay. Now, I just should add there we go. Okay. Now we're gonna add some color to Drake. Let me open up his color scheme. I'll use this page so I'm not spoiling anything. Okay, so let's see. I'll get to you on the chat in a second. I haven't forgotten you. I just want to just try to get as much of this done before Raptor streams. Okay. I actually should probably make these a bit more colored in too. So okay. Hang on, guys. I'll get to you in the chat. Give me a second. Okay. Sure, you guys have plenty to say in the chat. I'll take a break right now, and I'm gonna read y'all in the chat. I got you. Okay. Actually, let me just do this here. Sometime. Let me do a little bit. This is here. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Scroll up a little bit. Okay. Max Panda says, fun? No, man, we don't do fun around here. It's gotta look like as close to photorealism as possible, or it's not real art, bro. I know, right? That seems to be like that seems to be the common sentiment in the comic book space. A sentiment that I reject. Answer your above question. What's your above question? Just repeat the question. I don't know what you asked. Yeah, just no. Repeat the question. I'm going through the chat right now, so if I miss your question, just go ahead and retype it. It's fine. 420 in Germany. Let's go. That's marijuana day. So I hear. KSS says, for the background, Alaska should consider 3D assets. Better yet, just use actual photos. Stir up some controversy and pique everyone's curiosity. The best way for me to start controversy, KSS, is for me to draw it. So people can say, well, why didn't he use the 3D assets? Why didn't he use the stock photos? That's the kind of controversy I like to stir up. Did you ever regret joining the more humorous side of CG last bet? There's also the work and art only side of things, but less fun, I bet. I don't regret my time in CG at all. I regret how things turned out towards the end. But like with any experience, you live and learn. You take the good with the bad, and you just apply it to yourself as a better human being. Because I think the one thing more importantly, let's go through, Lou. The one thing more importantly that every person who's been involved in CG should learn to be is kind. Kindness and respect and professional. Kindness and professional. Be kind to people. Even if you don't agree with somebody and if you don't like, like you disagree on certain points, kindness is what we're missing. And that's not the same as being nice. Nice to me is phony. Kindness is a bit more substantial. So we're missing kindness in this space. We need more kindness and professionalism. Would it count as cannibalism if I ate a bee citizen because they're not human? Yes, you're a cannibal. JB Styles says, each being bing, bang, 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 bang. Okay, I think I read it right. But KSS says, is that the guy with the beard, General Zod's minion, Non? No, but it's not. It's actually a good thing that you think so, because that means that I created something familiar to you. So that's awesome. How played out is the quality excuse that CG Kings get for late books? I don't even think it's I think it's a ridiculous argument at this point, but what can I say? I'm just a pock. I'm a peasant who should know his place. JV says something, and then Helmet replies with Ikshpin stuff. So, it's Abraham CBR ready to hack my router. He says, why are people speaking in Nazi code? I don't know, but Abraham, they're taking advantage of the fact that I'm an uncultured pock. I hate that. That means they're conspiring against me. Mazepana says, how many graphic novels do you think you'll do before you finish the Roadwarrior Drake series in its entirety? So the plan is 3 graphic novels, which is going to be the epic saga of the character. However, I'm doing side stories. I'm doing like floppy style stories that are going to just tell more adventures of the character. Whether they're part of the same timeline is up for you to interpret. But does that mean that I won't do another graphic novel? Down the road, maybe. I'll leave room open for it. But for now, it's going to be 3 graphic novels telling the overall epic arc of the character. So that's the plan. Yeah, end of last year, I stopped being CG or CG adjacent. Yeah, just be your own guy, man. Just be your own guy. Not to say you shouldn't network, but yeah, just be your own guy and build your brand and be kind and professional to people. It goes a long way. And stay in your lane. Like, don't worry about what creator A or creator B is doing. Just stay in your lane. It'll be a lot less headache inducing for you if you just stay in your lane. What Elasma is saying is, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Am I the only one who can admit that they had a huge crush on Joe? Who didn't have a crush on Joe? She was freaking hot. Even though she was a biker chick, she was hot. I'd rather just be an indie creator, no banner. Yeah, that's the way to go. Tim Olson, that's the way to go. And I think that's where. Darkest says, how far did you get? Well, Darkest, I just finished inking the entire page, so now I'm doing the coloring right now. So there's the page. I'm doing the coloring. And this background isn't going to be bare. I'm going to be designing the background right now. I'm just reading the chat before I do that. KSS saying, Elasma is saying the world don't move to the beat of your one drum. Well, it might be right for you, it may not be right for some. Yeah, it's a life principle. Totally. So Tim says, what up, DG? Darkest says, yo, Tim. Tim Olsen says, Roadwarrior Drake, put it on my... Oh, damn it. You thought you had me there, right, Tim? You thought you had me, but no, you're wrong. Massive Panda says, Tim, don't you know? You can't achieve high quality unless you spend 11 years on your comic. This stuff takes time. So I heard. He seems to have done a few figures from where he was before. The Worth of Heart, yes. Darkest had a... Yeah, me too. For Joe was hot. I love Joe. She was... I know there are some people who had a crush on 2D, and there were those that were big... what was her name? Blair? Blanche. No, Blair. A lot of Blair fans. Look, and Lisa Butch was cute. She was attractive, but I think once Joe came in, that it was a game changer for a lot of us boys. So, okay, so yeah. Hold on, okay. So after I do the plates and the pants and the bill for Drake, I'm gonna do the background. You guys are gonna see what I do with the background. Okay, so hang tight. Let me add a little highlights to the pants. Probably on the underside because the light's coming in from the right, so it's too bright. There we go. So there we go. Just to add some highlights. There we go. Okay. All right. And then yeah, and I was watching in the last few weeks when I was going like for broke and just what is it, the home stretch or crunch time with the book. I was watching a lot of season 3 Transformers on Hasbro's Pulse channel on YouTube, and on some of the, because not all episodes of Transformers season 3 was well animated or even well drawn. There were some that were just pure shit, but then there were those that were actually very well done, including episodes like Dweller in the Depths, Call of the Primitives was a good one. And I was watching how they did the colors and how they added the shades and the highlights and all that kind of like impressed me. The good episodes, those impressed me. So I always paid attention to that and used that to challenge myself when it came to doing the shading for this book. Transformers was very tied in with the comic scene because while the G1 cartoon was happening, so was the Marvel run, the Marvel Comics run, which had its own continuity. And I hope one day they get to release the UK Marvel run with um um what, Simon Beasley, the guy who was that the artist for the UK run for Transformers. Let me see. It was Simon. I keep saying I think it's Simon Beasley, right? Transformers UK. Let me see. Simon Furman. I'm sorry, Simon Furman, not Beasley. Yeah, yeah, Simon Furman. He was the artist for the UK Transformers, and a lot of people said that it was a great run, a lot better than the American run. So I'm hoping to one day read that. But I think that I don't know if it's a rights issue or whatever, but I think whoever can make that happen should make it happen and get a completed run or printing of the UK Transformers by Simon Furman and release it here. I think a lot of people would buy it. I would buy it. Fuck that. Because I have the IDW prints of the Marvel run, minus some deletions because when IDW did their first printing of the Marvel run, they didn't have the rights to some of the characters in the Marvel run because they were owned by Marvel. They couldn't get the license to those. There were 3 issues of Transformers in the original Marvel run that did not get reprinted in IDW's first run. I should say that IDW's first run. So, okay, so now I'm going to do the background. Now watch what I do. So, the background. Let me add another layer. And this is from like a bird eye angle. That means that you don't see the sky in this panel. You're gonna see the sky in a couple of the other panels, but not here. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna add maybe. Oh yeah, I should add some some steam, some ashes because of what transpires in the previous panels. So there we go. Yeah, when you read the story, you'll understand why that's there. So when you add the filter, that's what the first panel will look like, and the added text will add more context to it. But let me go ahead and add I have to add the color to the splinter, the humongous 4x4 that's sticking out of Drake's chest, which he suffered. And I will read the chat after this. I will read the chat in a second. So give me a minute. I will go ahead and read the chat. Okay. All right. Let me back up a little bit. Now let's add there we go. Okay. What's the chat saying? Here we go. Oh, you guys talk about schnitzels? You're not even paying attention to what I'm doing. Talk about schnitzels. Oh wait, here's Colin. Here's a good one. I always find it funny how how Europeans criticize Americans for our. You're not talking about books, you're talking about foods. You're totally derailing my streams all using the chat. Dark it likes it so far. Let's see here. The mouse clicks are driving me nuts. So, well, for all the hatred and vitriol that I've gotten, you deserve to be driven nuts. All of you in the chat deserve to be driven nuts. But yeah, I'm so used to the clicking of the mouse that I forget that other people. Not that I'm used to the clicking of the mouse. It's just that I'm used to drawing by alone in a quiet space. That I tend to forget that just because I'm numb to the clicking of the mouse doesn't mean that others are. Which is a totally understandable response. I get it. Actually, I'm thinking like if I ever do the go the route with the pad, um, it might be good for my wrists because it'll be less strain because when you do with the mouse, it's your hand rests a certain way, and it can cause uh I guess carpal tunnel, which is not something that I want to deal with. So yeah, at some point it probably would be a good idea to invest in a drawing pad tablet, and that way I don't got to worry about dealing with a strained wrist or sprained wrist. No, strained because it's only sprained if I break it on something, but it'd be strained if I put too much strain on it. So it makes sense. So most of you that are watching, you guys got to see the process of how I go from like pencil sketch to inking and to coloring. And each layer brings something new to new information to the drawing. Because the inking process doesn't show what kind of backgrounds I use. At this panel I'm doing right now, you're going to see more of the sky and how I pepper it with some of the white mist that you see earlier in the previous panel. And I'll probably pepper it here as well. So, but yeah, you guys have been great. Despite the fact that you've been racist and vitriolic with me, you've been great. You became a part of this process. You became part of history. And I don't say that lightly because, again, people are buying my books. They're buying at the cons. And then once I have copies of this ready to roll out to the backers, and I'll have extra to sell at the cons, it's going to really add a lot more stock to the character. And people are going to talk about the character. They're going to want more of the character. And it's going to be, as they say, fun times. Nothing but fun times. Oh. I'll get to you on the chat in a second. I didn't forget you. It's just that when I'm drawing or when I'm coloring, I go at a certain rhythm, and it's like when you play music, you don't want that rhythm to be disrupted, so you tend to get annoyed when it gets disrupted. And you don't expect people to really understand that. But it is something that artists tend to have to deal with, and it's on them to kind of make the other person understand, or the people understand that when you're drawing or coloring, you don't want to be interrupted. I mean, you have to at times, but you get so into it that an interruption disrupts your rhythm, and then you have to recapture it. And it's just to do all that will be kind of like annoying. So, just a pet peeve. A lot of artists have, you know. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing more coloring. I mean, more drawing in the future. And by future, I mean in a few months from now. How could I not? I just have so much fun doing this book. Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let me add some stars. And then I'm going to add that white mist. But first, some stars. I'm going to add some from behind. And now some from the front. There we go. Very atmospheric. Okay. Yes, I will get to you guys in the chat right now. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Okay. Let's do that again. I don't think I lost anything, so I'm good. There we go. So, click save. Okay, let me see what's going on in the chat here. Okay, it says, "Shill in my book, B says Roadwarrior Drake. A 13-inch Hulan I hardly use. Practically brand new 2021 model if I'm interested." Yeah, I'll hit me up. Hit me up. Godism says, "Fuck Apple. Why pay more for something not really better? You can get a Wacom for like $80 and it works fantastic. Let's crowdfund for iPad Pro 13-inch as Abraham CBR. I used to draw with a mouse, but once I got an art pad, it made my stuff look way better. See, about 30 to 40% of Beast's and Roadwarrior Drake was drawn by hand with paper, pencil, and pen. And I have the original artwork stored somewhere, so I do at some point. I will sell the original artwork for more money. It wouldn't be a stream without obligatory anti-beast and bigotry. Yeah, that seems to be the way, Massive Panda. It seems to be the way. Let's all crowdfund for a Samsung tablet instead. Massive Panda says, "Last that. Even though you do your own thing now, do you think other readers will still give you a hard time for having been associated with CG? I wonder about that with many creators. That's part of why I'm doing my documentary, Massive Panda. Because while I'm doing the documentary, I'm also telling you my story in CG, what I got from it, and what I take away from it. Because it will come up. So ultimately, it's I'm in control of the narrative of my involvement. So the documentary is also kind of like my story as well. But this is why I emphasize kindness and professionalism is a must if you're a creator. Never forsake kindness and professionalism. It goes a long way. And it's honestly, you can be a big time YouTube content creator and you could forsake all that. And you'll make lots of money. But is it worth the long-term investment you could produce in your brand when you put in kindness and professionalism? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, so now let's get back to this. Let's see. I got three more panels to color. 3 more. And they're not that complex. It's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna It looks like I'm going to finish this book on stream. Let's see here. Okay. And yeah, you guys have been a big part of this journey. A humongous part of it. So for those of you that backed this book, and by the way, the book is still available if you haven't backed it. It's on roadwarrior.com, which will go straight to the Fun My Comic storefront page. But I know KSS has been dropping the link in the chat, so check it out. Yes, at some point, it looks like I'm going to be upgrading to a drawing pad. And that's what I'll probably do with the third book. You know, I tell the story of how the first book was done entirely with pencil, and paper, but until I took it to the I scanned it in and I redrew a lot of the pages digitally with this Clip Studio. This one, at least 55-60% of the book was done on Clip Studio from scratch, with some of the artwork done with the remaining 40%. They're done with actual pen and paper. So there is some original artwork that at some point I would like to sell, but not yet. I'm gonna wait till like this book and the character gain enough prestige that I can command a few $100 per artwork, frame it nicely, and then okay, so there we go. All right. Okay. So now let me go ahead and do the background for this one. And the thing with this like misty look in the clouds, in the sky for this page towards the end, it makes it very atmospheric. And as I was drawing the book, I had a basic story for the book, but some details that occurred during the drawing process, and I won't say which ones, but it added to the look of the book and to where the story was going. So it pays off. Now I'm gonna get to the final two panels. These will be very quick because they're focused on one particular thing. Okay, I'll read y'all chat in a minute. Let me just Yeah, sometimes with the mouse, I have to squint because when you move as fast as I do, you tend to lose where the mouse's position is. So you got to find it so you can, draw whatever it is you have to draw and get it done. So I do tend to find myself sometimes missing it or losing it. We're almost done here. We're almost done with the page. This stream will be the I'm just gonna just stream all the way. This stream is gonna be the stream that documents the drawing of this page. It's gonna serve as the punctuation of the finish of this book. And y'all got to see it happen. Y'all got to see it happen live. And honestly, it's a fitting way to really end this journey because many of y'all were present during my Schnagelfeld streams. Those streams I used to do on Saturdays. I used to have On and Prime with me. We used to do the Schnagelfeld stuff, and then I stopped doing that to focus on other things. They were fun to do, but I just needed to focus on other things. So. And everything comes into play here, including the filter that I add over this, which is like a nice little exclamation point. Let me take off the mist for a second, just so I can get the colors that I need for his legs here. If this was StreamYard, I'd have the link. I mean, I'd have the music playing, but I haven't figured out how to accommodate that for Streamlabs. So you'll have to suffer my clicking of the mouse. Suffer the clicking, boy. Suffer the clicking. I can't believe I said Simon Beasley for Transformers. I used to have Simon Furman's name entrenched in my vocabulary when it came to like artists whose work I wanted to see, and from what I had seen with the UK Transformers, I was very impressed with his artwork, and I definitely wanted. One of my wish lists for comics was a collected volume of his Transformers run in the UK. That hasn't happened here in the States yet. I guess because there's not much of a demand for it, which is insane because a lot of Transformers fans have been clamoring to have the entire Simon Furman run of Transformers. Let me show my camera for a second. I just gotta check one page, and I don't want to spoil it. Let me go to my talk lab for a second. Let's see. You've made the community top proud, says Mazda Panda. Well, thank you. They should be proud. I'm worth it. Okay. All right. I can turn my camera back on. I just want to just check a page for the color scheme. I don't want to spoil it, so. I probably use a darker gray. I think I'll do that. Change the size of the pen. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, that's much better. And then just fix it here. I'll read the chat in a second. In the meantime, you should appreciate my mouse clicks because that's all the indication that I'm alive and well, and that the engagement is what it is in this chat. So you should definitely appreciate that. And if you don't appreciate it, well, you've come this far, so there's not much you can do now. You've already dedicated your life tonight to my stream. There's nothing you can do about it. It's done and over with. You've already dedicated your time here. So now what you can do, Russell? Not much you can do. Actually, this one I should probably. This one I think I can. I should put a like a dividing line between the sky and the clouds here. So let me go ahead and the sky and the clouds, the ground and the clouds. I meant. Okay, so there we go. Okay, there. Let me go and put where is that? Here it is. Okay, and then we'll add blacks to it. So let's add some. And I should do this in a separate layer here. Oops. There we go. We'll add some gray in this panel here. Okay. And now we add the sky. Now the mist here. And maybe we should add a little bit of the mist. A little bit, not too much, because it kind of dissolves after a while. Maybe some here. Now, I haven't added the text yet, but there you go. There's the final page. I'm just gonna add. I had the text written out somewhere, but I didn't want to put it down because I didn't want to spoil it. But There you go. There's the final page. Cat Infinity says chocolate. Yes. Whatever that means. Helmet says, I'm pestering you and LRJ at the same time. D-Man, it's glorious. Oh, did he go live finally? He did. He went live 21 minutes ago. But it's okay because you guys stuck around and you have seen me complete the stream. Cthulhu's Elizabeth's a quitter. Schnagefeld abandoned. No, listen. Schnagefeld lives on in your hearts and in your soul and in your spirit. It lives on. Darkest a Streamline habs it. You share a file. You talk about the music. Yeah, I guess. I guess I could do that next time. Next time I will do that. But yeah, folks, this is it. This is the final page. I just finished it. Now I just got to just add the lettering, but I won't do it on stream because I want to spoil certain elements of what the page is about, and I won't do that. So you'll have to buy the book if you haven't already. So, but there it is, final page. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. You guys can head on over to LRJ, Lord Raptor, and pester him there. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys coming in. I will be back next week. I will do our regular Indie Comic Outlier stream. If you liked what you see, there's my Cash App, Alasbat Films. You can also tip me on my PayPal link, which is pinned here. Oh, I didn't see you there, J$. I didn't see you. Wait, where were you ignored? I would have picked you up. I would have read your thing. I don't. I'm trying to find where you wrote. J$. I don't see anything else here. So. Although I will highlight this comment by Dark Gift. I'm going back in the chat. He says, I don't think CG association matters anymore that much. People we meet at the cons didn't really care and even had some thoughts of their own on all BS going on. Yeah, comics gets a very tiny portion, very, very tiny portion of the comic sphere. So it doesn't hurt. You know, being associated with CG at some point, like, doesn't hurt you as a comic creator. I mean, Narwhal is going to Dark Horse. Didn't hurt him. Didn't hurt Odie. He's in Dark Horse too. You know, me and Dark, if we did good, I've been doing pretty good in the cons, so it doesn't hurt at all. Like I said, you know, I take the good, I take the bad. You didn't say anything. You're gaslighting me. Yes, Abraham, I'm gonna have to ignore J$, because he's gaslighting me. I just finished drawing the last page of the book and he's gaslighting me. You know what? I'm done. I'm leaving, guys. J$, make me upset. I'm quitting. Goodbye. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.